Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. This is vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered. You know, the I can't breathe. You know, that wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe. Every day you're waking up and you're getting these tweets and you just don't know, and you're going to the store and people who have been afraid to show their racism are getting nastier and nastier to you, and you're worried about your kids and you're worried about your sister. And can she just go to Walmart and get back into her car without somebody saying something to her? And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together. And this is a big deal for us just to be able to get some peace and have a chance for a reset. And the character of the country matters. And being a good man matters. You know, I just want my sons to look at this. Look at this. You know, it's easy to do it the cheap way and get away with stuff, but it comes back around.
I mean, there's an easy response. Okay, first of all, I don't know if he's like, seems, I don't know what this, I'm not going to judge whether this is a forced cry or a real cry. It's a bit cringe to me, but I don't care. Nobody should care whether or not I find something cringe for them to be able to show their emotions. They're free to show their emotions, but if I find something cringe a bit, it's okay. I mean, that's my problem. Okay, it's not their problem. Like if they could feel free to show their emotion. Okay, nobody has to censor themselves because other people find it cringe. Okay. But again, if I do find it cringe, I'm gonna say I find it cringe. And this was like, a little bit cringe. I don't know. I found it cringe. I don't know. But hold on. Ronald saying, "Oh my God," or "Oh my Allah." I'm gonna use "Oh my" from now. "Oh my Allah." Why is he so emotional? Okay, so the parts that this one. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. More than 1/3 of Muslims voted for Trump. More than the first time. So I don't know if you want to act like all Muslims are like, I don't know if this means that, but it kind of suggests like, you guys know this, right? More Muslims voted for Trump in this election than the last one. Did you guys know that? 1 in 3 Muslims in the United States voted for Trump. So I'm pretty sure that's a big chunk. That's a big chunk. I think if 1 in 3 Muslims listening to this guy saying that, oh, if you're a Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. You're like, they're gonna probably be like, dude, shut the fuck up. You don't speak for us. Nobody speaks for us. I'm a Muslim and I voted for Trump. Again, if you voted for Trump, I mean, you're a moron in that specific aspect, but that's okay. I'm a moron in some other things. But I think it's fair for you to be angry at this guy thinking like, oh yeah, Muslims, you don't have to worry about it. The anti-Muslim president is gone now, whereas like, Muslim Americans will be like, shut the fuck up, man, I voted for this guy. Don't assume that I'm against this guy just because I'm a Muslim, right? So there's that. Another point to bring up is that a lot of Muslims in America were in favor of the Muslim ban, okay? Because a lot of them are like, I'm already here, you moron. I don't want those other people to come here because those people be crazy, okay? So like, hey, Muslim Americans, you don't have to worry about this president. You don't have to worry if this president don't want to ban you. When you hear like, dude, the Muslim Americans were like, dude, this guy is my president. I'm already here. The Muslim ban was not for me. I'm an American. I have American citizenship. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay? These Muslims who voted for Trump, they're like, the Muslims that this guy doesn't want here, I don't want them here either. Some of them are like, yeah, those crazy radicals, they're going to come here and they're going to make us look bad, so please don't let them in. Right? So, yeah, again, don't generally speaking about Muslims like this. Like, if you're a Muslim, you don't have to be worried anymore. Like, 1/3 of them wanted this guy as president. Okay, so don't, like, speak on behalf of a community like that. I mean, technically, I don't know if you could say that he's speaking on behalf of a community or not. It's just come across that way, and it's kind of cringe, okay? I mean, I say this as somebody who's against Trump. I just don't like people feeling like somebody is just like talking on behalf of them like this. Dude, I don't talk. I'm an atheist, and I always make it clear that I'm not speaking on behalf of atheists. I'm an ex-Muslim, and I always make it clear I'm not speaking on behalf of ex-Muslim. Imagine speaking for Muslims, even you're not even a Muslim. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I being too? You guys correct me in the live chat. Am I being too picky here? What? Soraya is saying, this happens when you fap for the first time after completing No Nut November, those emotions. Do you cry? Do you cry after not fapping for a whole month? Marcus saying, Muslims in the US are not all from shithole countries as Trump describes them. Ronald saying, I've heard that the US never withdrawn more troops from the Middle East as under Trump. Maybe that's why they voted. I don't think that is true. We kind of looked into this. It's not that clear. Trump withdrew troops that he already had increased. So the numbers, the troop levels right now are almost the same as where it were when Trump took office. So he increased the troops, and then he withdrew them. So he basically withdrew the people he already sent. He also moved some people around, acting like he was withdrawing them, but he just moved them from one part of Iraq to another part of Iraq. Sorry, from one part of Syria to another part of Syria. And it was like, yeah, I'm withdrawing troops. They're like, well, they're still there. They're just in a different part of Syria. So there's a lot of misinformation, and it's very complicated. Also, they stopped actually giving out the numbers at some point, so it's actually very hard to verify some of these numbers. No groups are a monolith in the U.S. Have the same opinion, so it's not really a surprise for me. Yeah, exactly. Trump lied about pulling out the troops. Nothing new here. Yeah, exactly. Also, like again, a lot of people assume Muslim Americans care about what Trump does in Muslim countries. I mean, a lot of them do. And a lot of them don't. A lot of them like, hey, Muslim American, what are your views on Trump's policy on Muslim countries? They're like, and these Muslim Americans are like, some of them are like, I'm American, right? like, I'm American. Like, oh, what do you think about Trump? What he's doing in Yemen or Saudi Arabia? Like, why are you asking me? Like, I'm American. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying they don't care. A lot of them do care. But this assumption that because you're Muslim, you all of a sudden care about Muslim countries. Like, imagine going to like a Christian and be like, hey, what do you think about, I don't know, what's happening in Brazil with regards to the church in Brazil? Or like, what do you think about Trump's policy on, I don't know, on the Philippines? I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you think about Trump's policy on the Philippines? Like, I don't know. Like, are you not a Christian? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so what do you think about Trump's policy on the Philippines, which is a very Christian country? I'm like, right? So I don't know. It's just weird to go to Muslim Americans and think that they should, I don't know, they should care.